Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out from Israel. So, ongoing over the last few days, we've got an emergency happening on the northern side of Israel. We've got major fires that have broken out due to all these massive drone and rocket attacks from Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah has been attacking the north side for a long time now, but now we're into summer. The grass is dry, the trees are dry, and these rocket attacks are starting to cause fires now. So we've got a massive blaze on the northern side of Israel, and the residents there are starting to have to flee many areas. We know Kiryat Shimona is a major city on the northern side of Israel that has come under attack numerous times. The residents of that city are starting to flee, and these fires are starting to reach all these major towns on the northern side of the country. So this is a very bad situation, and I think Israel's going to have to react to this at some point very soon, because now a large majority of their population has been displaced, not only from rocket and drone attacks, but now due to these fires. So this is obviously going to be a major concern for Israel, and many of the people that are living here on the northern side of the country are calling for action. They're telling lawmakers to stop being weak and start reacting to what's going on over here and do something about this to restore security in the north. I do know that over the past week or so, Hezbollah has been launching lots of attacks. Okay, not just this one here from causing these fires. I know they've attacked a major base on the northern side of Israel, completely destroyed an IDF base. They attacked a Iron Dome radar unit the other day. I think they completely destroyed it. So, they're starting to use these heavier missiles too. I think they're called Burkan missiles, and they bring a much heavier payload, causing more damage than some of these smaller rockets that Hezbollah was using prior. So obviously, major concern going out here, and I think what we might be hearing very soon is a declaration of war on Hezbollah, and I've been talking about this for a long time. I think it's coming, and it could be coming very soon due to this event. So this is video footage right here of some of the fires that are breaking out on the northern side of Israel. We do know that some of the fires are being contained at this time, but there's still several that are burning right now. So let's go ahead and get right into this. I got a lot of information to go over. We've got a report here on the Times of Israel. A nightmare. North cries out for action amid widespread fires sparked by Hezbollah. Opposition lawmakers pan weak government as fires burn for over a day across swaths of territory. Far-right ministers say Lebanon should burn and be sent back to the Stone Age. I believe that's Ben Gvir saying that. Residents and local authorities in northern Israel demand Tuesday that the government take clear action to restore security as bushfires sparked by Hezbollah rockets launched from Lebanon spread across large swaths of territory, with emergency services straining to control the blazes. A spokesperson for Kiryat Shimona, where fires lapped overnight at the outskirts of the evacuated border city, lamented that the government was failing to provide even the most basic level of security for residents. Opposition lawmakers panned the government for failing to control what has been an escalating border conflict with the Iran-backed Hezbollah terror group, while far-right ministers declared it was time to go to war in Lebanon. A course of action the government has sought to avoid, as Israel is already fighting the Palestinian terror group Hamas in the Gaza Strip, with no clear end of that conflict in sight after 8 months of war. Yeah, we already heard just a quick update about the war in Gaza against Hamas. That's expected to go on until the end of the year, and I called it. I said this over a month ago, that most likely this war was going to go on for a very long time in the Gaza Strip, that it was not going to be they were saying it was going to take 6 weeks to finish off Rafah. I think we're already going on 2 weeks right now, and they're nowhere close to being done. They're going to be operating in Gaza most likely through the rest of the year is what we were hearing. Rocket fire that began on Sunday and continued on Monday caused sweeping wildfires that rapidly spread amid hot, dry conditions. 11 people were treated for light smoke inhalation, and there was some damage to property and agricultural areas. By Tuesday morning, the fire and rescue services said they had most blazes under control. However, at around 9 a.m., warning sirens blared throughout the Galilee due to possible drone and rocket attack from Lebanon. An Israeli interceptor missile apparently launched at a target, was said to have failed and exploded near a city of Safed. Falling fragments from the missile caused a new fire in the area. So yeah, regarding this too, just over the weekend, leading into, I want to say like Friday, Saturday, I was hearing lots of reports of just uh, what do they call the alarms? Excuse me. How they have those alarms going off to warn people that the missiles are coming in, the rockets or the drones, some sort of attack is incoming. The alarms were just continuously sounding in northern Israel for hours, sometimes for the entire day, is what I was seeing lots of reports on. Politicians are talking so much they don't get around to doing anything. Kiryat Shimona's municipal spokesperson Duran Schnapper told the Cannes public broadcaster, "I prefer that there be less talk and more action on security and economic matters. About the day after the war, there have been a lot of promises. In practice, nothing is happening." So we got a report here with some videos. We're not going to go over this because I've got some other stuff I'm going to be showing you on X. We got video footage and some information to be talking about. The city, along with many other communities close to the Lebanon border, was largely evacuated of residents when Hezbollah began attacking over the boundary on October 8th, the day after Palestinian terror group Hamas led a devastating attack on Israel that opened the war in Gaza. Hezbollah, which has reached further and further into northern Israel with increased rocket and drone attacks, says it is acting in support of the Palestinians. As he was talking to Cannes, Schnapper said he could hear explosions in the area over the border. So that's something too, is Hezbollah is starting to attack further into Israel, not so much just on the northern side, but they're starting to get closer and closer to the center of Israel, which that's where Tel Aviv is at. That's one of their major cities. So they're definitely heavily condensed on the central side of Israel, which is where most of the population is. And if they start attacking there, well, we've got an issue just like October 7th all over again. Anyone who thinks you can leave us residents for 8 months displaced from home, that will solve the problem, is making a big mistake, he said. If you don't take care of Kiryat Shimona, you will get terror and rockets in Tel Aviv, but then it will be too late. It is very sad that in 2024, Israel can't provide us with the most basic thing, security. Hezbollah is fighting and we are hardly doing anything, Schnapper said. Here's another picture of some of these fires. I mean, look at that. Absolutely massive fires, guys. Just completely burning the northern side of Israel. So finally, we're going to read this last section here. Kiryat Shimona resident Amit Friedman told the Ynet news site that the fires had been a nightmare. "We demand that the government deal with the north," he said. "It seems that they forgot about us. It is as though they gave Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, a pass to do whatever he wants." Rabbi Ariel Barkai, the head of yeshiva in Kiryat Shimona, told Ynet, "We call on the government to act in order to decisively restore security to the north." As the residents called for action, far-right members of the cabinet called on leaders to fully unleash the military on Hezbollah. Though Israel has responded to the Hezbollah attacks with measured strikes on the terror group's members and infrastructure in Lebanon, ministers called for all-out war as they've been doing for weeks. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir, in a statement quoted by Hebrew media, wrote that what is happening in the north is moral bankruptcy, decrying reckless management by a cabinet allegedly still caught in the conception that limited counterattacks will bring long-term quiet. "We are seeing a continuation of policy that led directly to October 7th, Ben-Gvir wrote. It's time for all of Lebanon to burn." So I know there's a lot of people that really don't like this gentleman, Ben-Gvir. But at the same time, how do you really resolve this issue here in the north? And this is something that I've been discussing for a very long time. How are they supposed to resolve this on the northern side of Israel without really going into Lebanon? Okay, that's going to be really hard for them to do, to resolve that. So I don't know. They might just have to go to war just for this to be something that can get worked out. But hopefully it doesn't lead to that. But at this time, like I said, these are major fires up here on the northern side of Israel, and it's going to be very difficult for them to restore any kind of security to the north without a full-fledged invasion of Lebanon to push Hezbollah back from the border, because they're launching their attacks from inside their territory right on the border. And this is only going to continue to worsen, excuse me, if they don't push forward and start attacking Lebanon. So I think that's what we're going to see next. So I want to show you some stuff here on X. Let's take a look at this. This is from Megatron Ron. Breaking. Britain warned Lebanon that Israel was planning to attack it, says Al Akbar. Lebanon's Al Akbar newspaper reports that Lebanese officials have received warnings, especially from Britain, through diplomatic channels, that Israel is about to launch a war against Lebanon, estimated to begin in the middle of June for an unknown duration. Look at that. So we're at June 4th right now. So middle of June, that's only like not even 2 weeks away. Okay. So, like I said, this is something I've been talking about for a long time, that at some point, Israel was going to have to declare war on Hezbollah to push them back, because obviously these limited strikes on the southern side of Lebanon are really not doing enough. And now this is the worst that I've seen Israel come under attack on the northern side of the border. And now they've got these major fires that have completely displaced people, destroyed farmland. So major hit to Israel now, and I think they're going to have to react. So next I want to show you this. This is from Iran Observer. Israeli war cabinet may decide tonight to go to war against Hezbollah. Does Israel stand a chance against Lebanon? So that's something I'm hearing as well, that this could be decided as soon as tonight, June 4th, 2024, and we'll have to see if that comes out. But I think maybe even over the next couple of days, we may be hearing that they're planning to do this, or they could just do this, out of nowhere, launch their attack, and then, issue the warning to all their residents that they're going to war with Hezbollah, like at a moment's notice, right before they do this. So we'll have to see, but I wanted to share that with you. And then also, here's another report, okay? Lots of these reports coming out. Breaking news from Iran Spectator. Israel will decide whether to go to war against Hezbollah tonight. Make no mistake, Hezbollah is armed to the teeth. They have 100,000 battle-trained soldiers with over 150,000 missiles. So like I said, lots of reports coming out here stating that Israel may decide to go to war against Hezbollah, maybe starting tonight. We'll have to see. And if that comes out, I will try to report on that as soon as I possibly can. But this is going to be a major battle, okay? Because Hezbollah is not like Hamas. They're probably one of the more powerful Iranian-backed militias in the Middle East. And they've got lots of troops, lots of equipment. And they will not be an easy task to go to war against. Okay, this could be very difficult for Israel, and all at the same time while they're still fighting in the Gaza Strip. So next up, northern Israel is burning. Hezbollah continues terrorizing the residents of the north by firing rockets and launching UAVs, which cause massive fire and destruction. So let's take a look at this as well. We got a video here and a photo. So let's see.
יש פה חשמל, זה מאוד מסוכן. איתם, שים לב אחי, יש חשמל. שים לב שאם הוא נשרף צריך לברוח מאוד. זהר, אל תעמוד מתחת לחשמל. וואו, וואו, וואו. יש פה חשמל.
So it looks like we got somebody's property here burning. I think he's saying wow, is that what he's saying? His tree's on fire here and his property's completely burning. Looks like he's using like a garden hose to try to put this fire out here. But yeah, we've got a fire on someone's property here. Also, we got a picture. Here's another picture there too. Look at these fires, okay? These are like basically turned into a wildfire at this point. And then considering that it's summertime, this was bound to happen because, like I said, all the leaves are dry, the bushes are dry, grass is dry, so there's not a lot of water right now, and it's going to make it very easy for these fires to spark. So next up, let's show you this. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupus. Breaking. Fire rages on in Israel with 16 dead and 7 soldiers injured. Several settlements in northern occupied Palestine suffered fires due to rockets launched by Hezbollah, resulting in injuries. So we've got a few videos here to go over too, so let's take a look at these. All right, so take a look at that. I can't believe that. This looks like maybe like a truck driver here. I don't know if this is the fire department. I think it's a truck driver. Could be fire department actually. And they're driving through and checking out all these fires. I mean, look at this. It's all over the place, and they're scattered because these rockets, they land all over the place. And it doesn't take much of a spark to really ignite a fire. And before you know it, look at this, just complete wildfires everywhere here now on the northern side of Israel. So we've got one more thing to take a look at, one more video. So let's see what we got.
לבד כאן, על כביש 90.
So another fire here in this video. We can see all the sparks flying everywhere. Probably going to go land and start another fire somewhere else if they stay lit long enough. But yeah, like I said, very major attack. And this is probably the worst attack that we've seen on Israel in quite a while. You know, we've got to expect some sort of reaction from this. I'm pretty sure that at some point Israel is going to respond here to these attacks. And I think they have to, because the whole reason for Israel invading Lebanon and going after Hezbollah is to restore security on the northern side of the country. And, you know, there was hundreds of people that were displaced at the beginning of the war in Gaza due to Hezbollah attacks on the northern side of the country. But now with these wildfires, this is going to make it even worse and displace hundreds, thousands of more people, you know, in these areas. And now they're really going to have to utilize military intervention to push Hezbollah back away from the border. So this is going to get very dangerous over here, and this could get really bad. So let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update, though. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.